Nah, this ain't nonsense, this is nonfiction. So excuse if the content is offensive, it's official. Now that we have been acquainted, this is my pleasure, my pain, your entertainment.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Nonpfixion, come back at you with another reaction. And this time, it's not just for anything specific, but I just finished doing another reaction, and which you'll be seeing very shortly. And I come across a title of a video from Cosmic Wonder, and the title says, The Amazing Spider-Man 3, Tobey, and Original X-Men Returning for Multiverse of Madness. Now, my question is, what does he know that the rest of us don't know? You know, I know he has a very good in because he gets to go to all the red carpets. So he knows people that knows people. So what information has he found out that can make us even more excited to go see the Multiverse of Madness with Doctor Strange and already Wanda? And we know it's going to be other people in there for sure. We know that, about to say Captain Marvel, freaking Peggy Carter's going to show up there. We got, there's a new superhero is going to be showing up in there too, I know for sure. But let's just see what he's talking about, because I haven't heard about anything about any X-Men showing the Multiverse of Madness. I mean, is it variants? If it's variants, I'm like, I don't want to see variants. I want to see the X-Men. No one wants to see variant X-Men. That's not what we want. It's not at all what we want. But let's see what Warren over at Cosmic Wonder has to say. Let's get into the release the video. No, let me release it. All right, let's get into it.
What's going on, everybody? It's Warren. Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder, where we talk all things Marvel and MCU. And Spider-Man No Way Home has officially made $1 billion. Huge congratulations to Spider-Man No Way Home, Sony, and Marvel Studios. It's a huge accomplishment, and they took to social media today and yesterday to announce this. And this is the first movie to reach $1 billion during the pandemic.
Are you guys seeing this?
They're here because of you.
I mean, when you put it like that.
Exclusively in movie theaters.
Now, with all of the rumors that came out before this movie, we all knew that it was going to be a massive success. Most of us knew that it would hit $1 billion even during a pandemic, especially with all of the rumors going around about who was supposed to be in the film. And of course, they hit it, and now the future is looking fantastic for Spider-Man, but not just our Spider-Man. It looks like Sony might have some plans to do their own Spider-Man universe and have a Spider-Man that isn't Tom Holland, but also capitalize on the multiverse being a part of the MCU now. In fact, right now we have some really awesome rumors going around, and of course some confirmations that Tom Holland's Spider-Man is going to get 3 more movies, and that Sony is possibly thinking about bringing Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man back for a Spider-Man 3, and Marvel could be considering using Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, along with some other original Marvel movie characters. So we have a lot of exciting things to talk about. Let's break it all down. And of course, if you love the MCU and want to stay up to date on everything that's happening, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. So since it's a Spider-Man video and some things from Spider-Man No Way Home do affect what I will eventually talk about, let's talk about no spoilers first, and then when I get into spoilers for Spider-Man No Way Home, I'll give you a spoiler alert, and for those of you who haven't seen it, you can leave then. Or just stick around if you don't care. So the first thing let's talk about here is Andrew Garfield possibly returning for The Amazing Spider-Man 3. Now obviously this will exist in the Sony universe. Tom Holland is the MCU Spider-Man. They're not about to replace him, and they're not about to kind of share the spotlight with Andrew Garfield, even though I am a big fan of Andrew Garfield. But right now it's looking like Sony might divide their Spider-Verse and bring in their own Spider-Man, and it's looking like it's going to be Andrew Garfield if it does happen. Of course, Tobey Maguire is amazing, but right now I think in his career he's a little bit too old to take on that mantle again. He couldn't really pass off as a college student. However, I would love to see Spider-Man as a professor. Who knows, maybe one day they'll do it, but right now the hopes are that we could get an Amazing Spider-Man 3 with Andrew Garfield. Now a lot of people are wondering, well, what is the story going to be about? Well, 2 things we have to consider when we think about the story. One is Tom Hardy's Venom and everything that he said about fighting Spider-Man, and 2, some events that happened in Spider-Man No Way Home, which we won't dive into yet. But basically, it's looking like Sony does want a Spider-Man versus Venom film. So we have to keep in mind that an Amazing Spider-Man 3 movie could be about Venom. Now, at the same time, it does seem pretty clear that Venom 3 is indeed going to happen, and it kind of seemed like that's when they wanted Spider-Man and Venom to face off against each other. But that's not confirmed. We don't know the actual plan. And if we think about it, Andrew Garfield has actually never fought Venom before. The other two Spider-Men have either fought Venom or other alien-type creatures. For example, Tom Holland's Spider-Man fought Thanos. Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man hasn't really fought anybody out of this world. Yeah. Now, there are also reports going around right now from some insiders, like Daniel RPK in My Time to Shine Hello, stating that Tobey Maguire could also be brought back by Sony as well. If you've seen the trailer for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, you know that, well, the multiverse is in madness now. And I can't stress how much anything is possible in Multiverse of Madness. Right now, there are rumors going around that we could see some original X-Men, perhaps even some original Fantastic Four members. Could you imagine if Chris Evans showed up, not as Captain America, but as the Human Torch? Everyone would lose their minds. And the great thing is these are all very possible things that could happen. Now, I have to issue the spoiler alert now if you haven't seen Spider-Man No Way Home. We got to dive deeper into things, and if you haven't seen the movie, spoilers are coming. We're going to get right back to Doctor Strange, but first let's address The Amazing Spider-Man 3 and the whole Venom alien thing, which seemed to possibly be a setup. When the three Spider-Men were talking about the villains that they fought, Tobey and Andrew have mentioned that they both have fought aliens. Tom, of course, fought Thanos, he's an alien, and Tobey described Venom, in which Andrew Garfield said, I want to fight an alien. Now, at first, this is kind of just a funny line, you might not think much about it, but then we got the post-credit scene, the very first post-credit scene, where we saw Eddie Brock and Venom in the MCU. This was the post-credit scene of Venom Let There Be Carnage. They got transferred into the MCU. We now know that it was because of Doctor Strange's spell, but at the end, where everybody forgot who Peter Parker was, they got sent back. However, a little piece of the symbiote was left behind. Now, this is definitely setting up the Venom symbiote to attach to Tom Holland's Peter Parker at some point in time, but as far as we're concerned, that's it. No Tom Hardy versus Tom Holland Spider-Man. But what makes sense, and what I've mentioned before, is that the bartender was telling Eddie Brock to go to New York to find Spider-Man. Eddie Brock said, yeah, maybe I should go find the Spider-Man person. And right now, the biggest theory out there that would be absolutely insane is that when Eddie Brock gets back to his own universe, he does go to New York and tries to find Spider-Man, but he doesn't find Tom Holland, he finds Andrew Garfield. And like I mentioned before, Sony seems to be doing their own thing. They possibly could want their own Spider-Man, and the Oscorp logo and building that we saw in the Morbius trailer is the same from the Amazing Spider-Man franchise. And Morbius mentions Venom in his trailer, so we know that Venom and Morbius are indeed going to be in the same universe, and also the Daily Bugle logo is the same. So it is a very decent possibility that Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man could be the main Spider-Man in Sony's universe, and his Spider-Man could go up against Eddie Brock and Venom. Now, the multiverse is blown open now. It didn't exactly go into madness at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home, since they kind of fixed everything by letting everybody forget that Peter Parker was Spider-Man. But as we saw from the second post-credit scene, which is the trailer for Multiverse of Madness, things are bad. And anything is possible, and we do have those rumors about the X-Men, about the Fantastic Four, rumors about the Illuminati showing up. And not about just a normal Illuminati, but an Illuminati that is responsible for the multiverse. Rumor has it that Strange is in a little bit of trouble. He's kind of the one, I'm sure along with the Scarlet Witch, responsible for bringing the multiverse into madness, and the Illuminati wants a word with him. And even Mordo mentions that at the heart of all of the problems of everything is Doctor Strange. And if you notice, we kind of see two different looks of Mordo in the trailer. One of them could be a variant of him, and that Mordo could perhaps work for or be a part of the Illuminati, and perhaps that is why he's coming for Doctor Strange. Now, there have been rumors that Tobey could also appear in several other films down the road, Doctor Strange 2 obviously being one of them, with the vast amount of possibilities for this film. I hope in some way, shape, or form we do see him again. And for those of you wondering about these rumors that have been around for a while coming from people like Daniel RPK, some of these, yes, will be just little quick cameos, but some of these won't be. There's talks that Professor X could show up, and he could even fight the Scarlet Witch. Now, in the comics, Professor X is a part of the Illuminati, so bringing him into Multiverse of Madness would fit perfectly. specifically. Also, if you've been following me for a while, I've mentioned this a few times over the past year. Patrick Stewart admitted that he met with Marvel Studios.
Yeah,
He told us
I
he
do
met
remember
with
hearing
Kevin
about that.
Feige about returning as Professor Xavier. He literally told us this in an interview. Now, at the time, he said he wasn't going to reprise his role. However, Andrew Garfield also said he wasn't the werewolf, and look where we are now. Just because somebody says, no, I'm not in the movie, doesn't mean that it's true. They can't legally say they're not in the film. And yes, sometimes they're not, but in cases like this, where the rumors are going around and maybe there's some proof out there, always keep an open mind because they definitely could show up. And I really hope Professor X is in this film. No word about Andrew Garfield being in this film has been thrown around yet, but the rumors flying around are that he will return in some future films along with Tobey Maguire. And what I actually hope happens is that Andrew takes the Amazing Spider-Man 3, he gets his movie, and he appears in the Sony universe sometimes. And then Tobey Maguire appears randomly in the MCU as sort of a mentor for Tom Holland's Peter Parker, since he's kind of on a very different path now and he's alone. I think that would be just an
interesting.
awesome ultimate scenario, but let me know what you think. My voice is going away, I'm still a little sick, so I'm going to wrap up the video. But please let me know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the recent MCU news. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.
Woof woof. Thank you, Warren. That is amazing. You are amazing. Hope you feel better. Get better, bro. Appreciate you for all your hard work. Now, that could be really interesting. That could be really interesting. The fact that there might possibly be an X-Men connection, Fantastic Four connection. Now, if they do something, okay, so bear with me, right? We just did Spider-Man. Spider-Man No Way Home. They brought back the nostalgia factor with the characters by Garfield, by Jamie Foxx, by, Defoe, by anybody, Tobey Maguire, that, played somebody that was of importance for the most part, that was alive in the story. Now, what's stopping them from doing it again with Madness, Multiverse Madness? Why would they not do it? Because just imagine they do basically how they did this movie. Let the rumors sell the movie. Let the word of mouth rumors, like what we all happened to the last year of Spider-Man. Like we sold the movie. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the marketing. It was we sold the movie because the leaks started popping out. Even though I think some of the leaks were planned leaks just to keep excitement and bubbling. But just imagine it's December now. We're going to be in January very soon. So just imagine in about February, there's been, photos or edited photos of, say, Professor X possibly on set, or hell, Wolverine on set, Chris Evans on set, like Chickless on set, it could be anybody if they're doing flashback. There's so many different characters, so many different stories and movies that happen in the Fox universe and the Sony universe, and it's not like these characters or these actors would not want to reprise these roles. Yes, old boy played Wolverine. He stated that he's done, but he's always said in many interviews that's the one thing he wished he could have done, has been a part of the MCU. Now, even if it's for a short moment, you don't think he would take that opportunity to actually get his curtain call in an MCU film? Even though Logan is, I love Logan. Logan was really good, a really fun watch. Really good story too. That could be, if they do that, or even a trailer that we get a sneak peek of something and they do it on purpose to kind of bubble up the attention and the noise, man, they gonna hit $1 billion next year. Probably won't be $1 billion, but it'll definitely pay for itself and much more. But I don't know. I'm excited, looking forward to it. Because I know this story for Multiverse of Madness is connected to so many other things, and I know that even after this, it's not gonna go back to. It's not. It's too much potential and money into the madness of the multiverse. By doing that, you can do multiple stories, multiple characters. You can broaden out this universe far and wide, and even go to the past and into the future with characters that you only need to show on. You don't have to have in every movie. It could just be one time pop ups. So just like like Toby and Garfield, what if they were just one time pop ups? I think people would have been okay. Yeah, we would have would have liked to see Garfield in his own final finale or see Toby once again or something like that. But even if we never did, what they did in this movie is satisfying. You know what I'm saying? It's satisfying. It felt good. So the potential of there being variants in Doctor Strange 2, Multiverse of Madness, it's believable because they gave us a whole series on the idea of there being variants in the multiverse. And now that the multiverse actually is unraveling because of what happened in Loki, it makes all that potential, all that potentially crazier, where the opportunities are much, much greater than before. So bring on the filthy. Bring it on. Let's get it. Let's get it. Go crazy. Go crazy. Like this, I want go crazy. It's Multiverse Madness. Show us a little horror film. Give us some nods to different characters. Give us just bring it on. Just bring it on. Bring it all on. I want it all. I want it all. Just bring it all on. Anyways, thank you for checking out the video. I hope you enjoyed the video itself. Hope you enjoyed my reaction to the video. And please, I will leave a link in the description for Cosmic Wonder's channel. Please, if you're interested in these type of stories and more Marvel stuff, he does a lot of Marvel content. He is an awesome creator. Please go check him out. Subscribe to his channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel here. Hit the notification bell. Appreciate you so much for just even clicking that play button. Don't forget, if you like the video, then like the video. And if you made it to this point in the video, leave a yellow heart in the comment section. Appreciate you. I love you. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, night, evening, morning, noon, wherever you are in the world today. My name is Nonpfixion, and I truly hope to catch you on the next one. Peace, love, enjoy the rest of your week. I'm out, y'all. Peace out.